I regret not speaking in my first 5 years. I regret that it took me 5 to ask for more.
Yeah.
I regret that I was calladita más bonita because I am in my green card process, because I need to become somebody in America, because I need to gain that respect. I could have done it in year 2. Maybe year 1 was too aggressive, but I tell people, if I were 30 years old again, ask for more at 25, not at 30.
Hola, I'm Claudia Romo Edelman.
And I'm Cynthia Kleinbaum Milner.
And this is a podcast, A La Latina.
The playbook to succeed being your authentic self.
Today, an incredible guest, Ana Maria Rodriguez-Figueres, the former Chief Innovation and Quality Officer of Pizza Hut International. And here are the 3 key takeaways.
Number 1, if you don't get a seat at the table, bring the conversation to your table, because everybody has a table.
Number 2, what really gets you to the top is not only your expertise and your hard work, but the capacity you have to inspire others.
And number 3, she gave us a playbook to go above your boss that doesn't get you fired.
All of that and more here at A La Latina.
Stick around.
Cynthia, we've been discussing how important it is for Latinas to generate wealth, particularly because we understand that only 33% of Latinas have retirement income from savings or other assets. So how can your company help in this equation?
Well, we have several options for saving and investing accounts. The one for beginners, if you are a beginner, is our fully managed investing product. This is perfect for those who want to set it and forget it. You can select the risk level and even choose the type of companies you can invest in.
That's amazing. So what is the minimum needed to open an account?
$1. You just need $1. No excuses. The earlier you begin to invest, the sooner you will start seeing returns from your investment.
So how can people get started?
Simply download the Money Lion app and open a managed investment account. It's quick. It takes just a few minutes.
Perfect.
Let's do it.
Today, an incredible guest, Ana Maria Rodriguez-Figueres.
Ana Maria is a former Chief Food Innovation and Quality Officer at the Pizza Hut International.
And it's such a pleasure having you with us today. Thank you so much.
Claudia and Cynthia, thank you very much. The pleasure is actually mine to be here with both of you at the same time.
Right, and we're recording in Dallas, which is a moving studio for us. This is amazing. Thank you so much.
Dallas is a beautiful city.
Yes, we already spoke so much about your life, but now everybody's going to get to hear about your story, which started in Costa Rica. Tell us about your upbringing. What was it like to grow up in Costa Rica? And who were the people that influenced those early years in your life?
Oh, absolutely, Cynthia. Listen, I feel privileged, to be honest. I come from a working family, a hard-working family, middle class. My dad was a chemical engineer. My mom was a teacher, always working full-time. And that actually enabled us to be independent. I am the middle sister. I have an older and a younger sister. We are both super well educated because dad and mom gave us that. I mean, they worked hard in order to give us education and independence and a voice and love and care. So there are a lot of values that they instilled on us and influence our decisions later on in life. I became an engineer. I am a food engineer, and I also have a master's degree in food engineering. And that is because of my dad. I mean, my dad sat with me and said at early ages, Ana, there are 3 things in life that will never, never go away: food, infrastructure, and medicine. So any of those 3 fields will give you a good future, no? So I applied early on in my life. I applied to the 3 of them in the university, and I got accepted in the 3. Wow. But to be honest, the food piece was only 10 people a year that got accepted, and I felt like, listen, if it was me, one of them, why not? And here I am.
Food engineer.
Yes.
What does a food engineer do?
As an engineer, you design food. You design food and design the machines and the processes behind the production of food. That's, in a nutshell, what an engineer does. And in the food industry, we design the flavors, we create the trends, we design the machines, we put the processes, we help suppliers being efficient at a cost that it's affordable to people. And as a creative culinary side, because food also includes the culinary and the trends and the spice, you design and develop products that are well liked by consumers, no? And if they are not liked, that's okay, because you take the risk as well. If something doesn't succeed, you remove it.
But how do you take the risk, actually? Do you take like focus groups and tastings, and how do you launch them internationally? Because you've had this role in a global scale as well.
In 100 countries, Claudia, and not everything is liked everywhere. No, that's the beauty of being different in different cultures. There are menus that are global, pepperoni, and supreme pizzas, for example, and there are things that are totally local. They do not travel well. Durian pizza in China. No, durian is not well known in many countries. No, so we go regional, local, and global. And you have to have the flexibility to allow for all of that. And sometimes if it becomes a success, it travels to different countries. So durian that started in China moved to Asia. So the risk is minimized, because once it's launched by one country and it's a success, you easily move it around that region. Hopefully global, but sometimes it's just regional. But so you take the risk, and if it is just one country, you do it for 8 weeks. If it is a success, you keep it permanently in the menu. No?
So you study food engineering, graduate in Costa Rica, and then what happens?
And then I was a professor at the university, and I earned a scholarship to do my master's in Spain. And upon return, Pizza Hut, Yum in reality, because I was KFC, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut in my earlier career, came to Costa Rica through the franchisee, and they were looking for somebody to develop suppliers, take care of the quality in Central America, and they found me and they hired me. And that's what I became, the Latin America food expert and quality expert, no? Latin America only. And then later on, I moved to the world.
So let's talk about that, because you basically spent your entire career in the same
Yes,
company.
almost 30 years.
From probably a country that doesn't usually feed the leadership team in the headquarters. Like, how many Latinos?
I was the only Latina.
So how did you get there? How did you go from Costa Rica, which, like, it's a small country, to being in the headquarters of the company?
Well, the first step was the Latin American office. And in the Latin American office, I was not the only Latina. In fact, the Latin American office was based in Miami, and we took care of Central America and South America. So it was very safe at the beginning to be in that office, because we knew each other, we became family to each other, we were all expats living in Miami. So it was quite safe, but it was also not challenging. It got to the point that it wasn't challenging enough, because you are pretty much doing what you know among Latins, no? Even the general manager at that time was Latin, no? And it's until you started to have general managers that came from different cultures that start pushing the needle even harder, and you become uncomfortable in your own skin, and this is when you start learning. And this is where you start becoming more aggressive in what you want and how you fight for the company and how you fight for your salary and for respect, no? When I moved to Dallas, I stopped KFC and Taco Bell, and I moved to become just Pizza Hut, but now in charge of the world of innovation for all countries, no? A dream, an absolute dream, no? That's where you not only travel Latin America, but now you travel to plenty countries, no? And this is where you have bosses from Asia and from Europe and from Australia and from all the 5 continents. And this is where different styles gave you different things, because you follow role models, no? And you are shaping yourself following role models and become a better leader, no? By just having diverse people in the teams.
And what you're describing requires so many skills, right? Like, you're not only innovation, which means risk-taking and also understanding flavors. You're also international. You're able to adapt and travel the world. Also, you have to generate trust. Where did you learn all that? And how did you actually apply these pieces from your family, your country, and take them as a pro in your career?
There are values, I guess, Claudia, that you grow up with and you keep it through the entire life. Being honest, caring, loving, transparent, and learning every day. It's something that I carry through my entire career. There are soft skills that you need to keep building as you keep growing. I started being not as vocal as I ended my career being very vocal. I started calladita más bonita because you are learning in a country that is not yours. Even though I said Miami was quite safe because it was among Latins, it's still the Latin American office. You started to learn how to gain respect from people. And respect is something that you earn when you are an expert in something. And I became an expert in food and beverages, and in menu and in innovation and in quality. So with those areas, I was the to-go person that enabled me to talk louder and louder and ask for more and more. So there are skills that you need to groom as you continue to go. There are other values that comes with you and how you were educated in life. Give back, for example, it's something I have. And I have it because my mom and my dad funded education to kids. And to the person that took care of us, our nannies, one of them became a teacher like my mom because she gave back education. So there are things that you keep and there are things that you nurture through your years. It's not easy to become higher in the ladder. It's not easy. It comes with a lot of sacrifice, a lot of learnings.
But the problem that we have, I think, is that not everybody is so aware that those things that come so naturally for us are the superpowers that actually are going to take you up, because we've been told, no, don't be loud, don't be social, don't be family, just like conform to the no, try to be a man, try to be try to be like everyone else, because we don't see ourselves enough. So what's a message that you would give, like if you're like, I don't know, someone that has been told, do not do any of those things. Like, let your creativity start to don't be Latino. Not Latino.
I think being self-conscious is really, really important. And I was at times coached to be quiet. I was at times even coached to talk with a ball in my hands. So I didn't do this as much as we do as Latins. I was coached and mentored to modulate my voice differently in different audiences. That was a long time ago. That is an old school thing. Yeah. That is an absolutely old school. But I was mentored not because of Latin. Many of us were mentored of the same. Corporate America needs different style. That is not true anymore. Actually, becoming self-aware of those things helps you even further to develop your career. When I was talking with my hands and they said, Ana, stay with the ball, I stayed for two speeches only. And I said, listen, you're killing me. I can't.
Yeah,
let me talk with my hands, because that's how I communicated. And 3 months later, they were saying, Ana, this is fantastic. This is how you bring energy to the table. Thank God you did it. Thank God you are not like a lawyer all the time. Those things, easily self-conscious and applying what they tell you, but easily departed from it and trying, then you build your own skin and you become you, super authentic. And I am like you, Claudia, I'm sorry. I bring, you once said that you bring a hat of fruits. Well, I keep saying in my Pizza Hut, I bring the spices and the sauce to every meeting, because I do. I bring passion.
Yeah.
And when I was told not to be passionate, not to be energetic, I use it completely different, and I inspire others a lot more by being myself.
But how do you know when a piece of feedback is valid and you should take it? Because maybe a piece of feedback is you're appearing unprofessional or people are not taking you seriously. When do you take it and when do you say, thank you very much for your comment, but I'm still gonna use my hands?
I always take it and I sleep with it. I mean, feedback is for free and it's given by people that cares about you. I don't think people are gonna take the time to provide feedback if they are not caring, So you take it with a grain of salt and you digest the feedback. It's not that you are acting on the feedback immediately, but you go to bed and you analyze, okay, this is what I heard, this is what I did, this is what I will do better next time. You self-analyze and you self-adapt what you think it goes with you. I don't act like a party in a funeral, no? I mean, you adapt yourself depending on the consequences and the circumstances, no? But you take feedback all the time. I took feedback, I constantly seek for feedback. Even if I don't get it, I seek for feedback because we need to learn every day from how are you portraying yourself, how are you leading, and how are you inspiring others. And if you can do better, you do.
I think that the piece where you were going with the self-consciousness is something that we haven't discussed enough. How does self-consciousness brings you awareness, and awareness of who we are? Latinos are more prone to be passionate, be social, be loud, and generate trust and so on. So one is being self-conscious of that is who we are. Not everybody's the same, but as a group, right, as a community. From there to self-confidence, there's a step. And how is that step and how much self-confidence prone you to look for promotions, to take that, you said be louder. And how to self-confidence, like how do you describe it, prescribe it, and encourage it?
Listen, you need to ask for more. I mean, part of what we don't do often as Latins is that we do not ask for more. We like for things to come our way, but it's not us asking for more. The moment you start feeling good in your own skin, the moment you said, okay, I gained the respect in my area, and in my case was food and beverage. Everybody knows that when I talk, I'm telling something good and I'm adding value to the conversation. The moment you get to that point, even if it is the level of expertise in one particular tiny area, but then you gain self-confidence that you are the expert in that area, no? And then people listen to you and you put a comment and, wow, oh yes, and we can fix it that way. So there is a respect that it comes with self-confidence. When you see the crowd having respect for what you say, even if it is a small comments here and there, then you start feeling better and better that every time that you speak, you are adding value and helping others achieve something. And that immediately builds self-confidence. Now you are more vocal. Now I can ask for more. Now I want not just Central America, I want Central America and South America. And now I want the Caribbean, and now I want the world, and now I want 100 countries, no? And I want to conquer more brands. And you keep asking and you put challenges on yourself, no? I regret not speaking in my first 5 years. I regret that it took me 5 to ask for more. I regret that I was calladita más bonita because I am in my green card process, because I need to become somebody in America, because I need to gain that respect. I could have done it in year 2. Maybe year 1 was too aggressive, but I tell people, if I were 30 years old again, ask for more at 25, not at 30. Ask for more at 25.
And you're not necessarily talking, go and ask for a promotion. It's ask for a bigger scope, ask for
it wasn't never about money, because money comes with that responsibility. You know, I was asking for more responsibility. Give me more projects. Inject me in marketing. I'm innovation, I'm food. Inject me in marketing. I want to learn this. Inject me in more and more things because I want to become better and bigger, no? And with that, it comes the money, and it comes the salary, and it comes the title. No?
We want to see more of you. We want to see more Ana Marias leading international global businesses, but we're not there yet by far. We really need to find the highway and start getting people into the fast track. Otherwise, we're never going to get there.
I think there is, you need to love yourself, no? You need to understand that you have value, and you add value, you deserve to be, you know, treated with respect, and you need to love yourself for that. And there is something, I guess, early in your life that you self-doubt everything, no? You self-doubt if you want to speak. You self-doubt if what you are adding as a comment is worth or not, until you hear it from somebody else. Oh, I thought about that, but this person said it, not me, no? And it becomes that internal challenge of, okay, I'm going to speak first then. Because if I am thinking exactly the same as others are thinking, but they are actually putting the comments and not me, and I thought about it, I need to force myself to speak first, no? And it's that self-challenges that you put every day by recognizing the audience that you are in that says, okay, no, I think the same, I am smart, I can add the same value, and I love what I think, and I'm gonna put it out. And it's those little things that start making a big difference. But it starts with love.
Yeah.
You need to love yourself, and you need to love who you are and what you do.
Ready to grow your financial future? MoneyLion is here to make it happen. Whether you're looking to build your credit, monitor your spending, or get a cash advance when you need it most, MoneyLion offers easy-to-use tools and support to help you succeed. With a focus on empowering you to take control of your finances, MoneyLion is the best place to make all your money decisions. Download MoneyLion today from the App Store or Google Play Store, and let's start growing together.
I was telling you the story, and I just wanted to probably put it back in as a self-confidence example. I used to report to the CEO, and the organization changes, and there are changes that back and forth within years. No, I have reported to marketing, directly to the presidents, and back and forth. No, so at some point in time, the new CEO said to me, Ana, I will not have you in my table, because we are restructuring with good reason, excellent reason, by the way, and you're going to report to marketing. And we were having lunch, and I said, oh, this sucks, actually. I mean, I like to be seated at the table because we are a food company, and I should have a seat at the table and a say, and quality, by the way. But I said, it's fine. I understand you have so many direct reports, and I understand food reports to branding and what we want to create in the future. That's absolutely fair, but let's make a deal. If I am not seated in your table, will you sit in mine? And I'll bring you to my table every 2 months and call it my table, my desk, or my kitchen, one of the two, because I need your feedback. I need your feedback in the strategy. I need your feedback if what we are pushing through the world, it goes exactly where the strategy of the company is. And I think everybody has a table. And in my mind, the table is not just the table of the CEO.
Yeah.
Everyone has a table, and everybody can invite people to your own table. So if nobody knows what you do, you bring them to the table and teach them, no? If you can continue to add value, so the tables are everywhere. And you need to be seated at the right table, yes. But you need to bring people at your table too. You own that to yourself.
But this topic actually hasn't come up, which is layering. And it happens all the time. In my experience, when I have been layered or friends of mine have been layered, it's devastating. Like you're reporting into someone, and that someone, not in general, it's not even because of something you're doing. They are managing their own career. And it can be because they have too many direct reports, or in my case, in one of my roles, my boss needed to have a certain number of SVPs reporting to him. And I was a VP. So literally, he needed for me not to report into him so he could get promoted. So my question to you is, how do we make the best out of a layering conversation when in many cases it's not about your performance, it's about whatever your boss
Claudia, that's a great question, because I think what you call layer is what I call labels. They label you, like you add value or not add value, or you're. Once they put a label, it's very hard to change labels in people, no? And biases and things like that. I have been in times where I'm not in agreement with my boss, my direct boss, and I have said it, and I said it once or twice or 3 times, and I have asked permission to go above and beyond my boss. I said, I need a conversation at a higher level. And I never doubted. I mean, I start with respect, of course. As Latins, hierarchy in the organization is super important because we respect that. But there are points in time when I am not in alignment, but I want to be a team player, and I'm, again, not in alignment. I get to the point that I say, can we just get to somebody else and see what they thinking is? Can we get more perspectives? And we invite somebody else, or I go and invite conversations with others to inform myself. I don't believe in quotas. If what you are saying of layering is the quotas, I was part of the quotas. I think I was promoted at some point in time because I'm female Latin, no? And we need to just fill the quotas. But that was, again, old school and long time ago. I believe nowadays we seek diversity. We love diverse thinking in the table. And if we don't have enough Latins at the higher level, probably it's because people stay quiet, they don't ask for more, or they self-doubt that they can deliver more. And I think it's just self-confidence.
You just gave our audience a recipe for either overcoming difficult situation with their boss or to get fired. So let's say, because imagine like your boss does something that bothers you, and the way that I think you're communicating it, sometimes you go above your boss. So can you at least give us an example or a playbook on how do you go above your boss in a way that doesn't get you fired?
Oh, with respect. I mean, nothing is like I'm going to your boss because you don't like what I'm saying. That is not the way. That is absolutely not the way.
I thought it was. I was like,
it is not the way, but it is inviting perspective for more people in the table.
I like
Listen,
that.
if we are not gonna get alignment in this particular challenge, and there are 2 or 3 possible solutions that you are not in agreement with me, do you mind if we bring more perspective in the table? And do you mind if we talk to the next person? And it might be the boss, or it might be it might be Gibbs. I mean, it might be the CEO of the entire company. I mean, I don't mind who is that person. Inviting others and other perspective is how you either finally give up on a topic or embrace the teamwork and you go convinced that is the best for the company. No?
I love this.
So in this podcast, and we hear it again and again, and I have testimonials of people saying, I'm going to this interview of a job knowing that I have to flip the script and talk about my Latinidad as a superpower. What are 1 or 2 things that you think should be flipped? Like, what are the things that you think should be in the awareness of Ana Maria Rodriguez-Figueres, flipping the script playbook?
I will say your passion when it's becoming an issue for many, when you are so passionate and many criticize that is the one that I will say use it, because the passion only shows commitment, willingness to do better and inspire more. No? So use the passion in a complete positive way. Use the energy to overflow the room, because in tough negotiations, this is what people are looking for, is looking for a person that can bring the energy, put a mood, and keep going in any negotiation. No, passion and energy, flip that coin, because it works in our advantage every single time. Every single time.
I love it.
And passion is exactly what we have heard through this podcast. I am so grateful that we had this time to talk to you. Thank you so very much for being
Claudia
with us
and
today.
Cynthia, thank you. Thank you for the time. I had a blast, and we are here to help others. So here we are.
And with everything that you have shared today, I hope that we are going to be able to lead and succeed a la Latina.
Hola, A La Latina listeners. Meet your financial partner in crime, MoneyLion. Elevate your money game with top-notch tools, expert advice, and a community that gets it. Dive in at moneylion.com or download the MoneyLion app now. A La Latina is brought to you by MoneyLion and produced by Melka Media.